So I grew up in the United States, and I had the opportunity from when I was very small to play multiple sports. When I was in high school, I played basketball and softball. And when I began at the university, I started to play volleyball. I played basketball and volleyball at my university. And then I had the great honor to coach volleyball at a very high level in my country for many years before I started my organization. I was very blessed as an athlete when I was young. I never experienced an injury until I was at my university. And I sprained my ankle badly. I missed several weeks of our season to rehab. Thankfully, I had good trainers who understood the science of sports medicine and who helped me with the process of rehabilitation. And at the same time, I was studying athletic training, sports medicine for my degree, and so I had the knowledge also of how to take care of an injury. I've won championships with teams that I have coached or played on. When I was an athlete, I was named an All-American in the sport of volleyball. I played at a small university, and so it's in the division for small universities. But to be an All-American means that in volleyball means that you were one of the best 12 in your division in all of the United States. As a coach, recently I have received some honors. A few years ago, my high school inducted me into their Hall of Fame. I was inducted with a team that I played on who won the first championship for any girls team in my high school. I was inducted myself in what they call the Meritorious Hall of Fame. It's for how much of an impact you have used your professional career in any field to impact lives in a positive way. In April this year, I was inducted into my university's Sport Hall of Fame. And in May, I was inducted by an organization into their Hall of Fame, the National Christian College Athletic Association. But for me, the greatest honor is the relationships that you make along the way, the people whose life you have an opportunity to be part of, like my relationship with Nicaragua. I would say that's one of my greatest rewards or honors. To see your national team succeed is more important to me than anything I received individually. So when I graduated from my university and I received the honor of All-American, I had an opportunity to travel to do some activities similar to what I do with Ignite. And that opportunity was to Mexico. And it gave me a very clear picture, different than I had before, because I saw the impact of sport in my country. But when we went as athletes to another culture, with a language I didn't understand, with people I never met before, and I saw how we were received just because we were athletes. We had the activity that opened the door, that gave us a different opportunity to share with them a message of confidence, of hope, of unity, that God loves them, that He has a plan for them. That planted a seed in me that someday I want to do this for the rest of my life. The last team I coached, I always told them, there's a million ways I can motivate you, and you'll be very successful with any of them. I can punish you for every mistake. You'll learn to do the skill correctly. I can yell at you and scream at you when you do something wrong. You'll change your behavior and you'll learn to do it the right way. But I have also found in my life, as a coach and as a person, if you love what you're doing, if you love who you're doing it with, and if you love who you're doing it for, I think in anything we do, that's a greater motivation. I think when you love the game that you play, like really, really love that sport, you invest yourself to it, you become excellent at the skills, you invest yourself in perfecting your craft. And so over 14 years of coaching, I always remembered that dream. And in 2003, I just knew it was time to start my own organization. was actually my assistant who gave me the name Ignite, and it's a very significant name. The word ignite in English means to start a fire, or like to start your car is the ignition, and it's been a really beautiful experience to see how many things we've been able to ignite. And so I knew I wanted to have an organization, as the logo says, to impact lives through sport around the world. Over the years, we've been part of some significant things in many countries. So just looking at Nicaragua as an example, I remember in 2004, volleyball was so small, and now volleyball is huge here. You know, Lolette and Swan just played in the World Championship. So much pride for your country. I think when you understand the power that you hold as an athlete, and I mean a good power, as an athlete, you have the universal language. It's the language everybody understands, and it transcends every challenge, every conflict. Sports transcends all of that, and it is the thing in our world that brings people together more than anything else. And so for me, I never saw that as pressure. I saw that as a privilege. I think it's an honor, and when you understand that very few people hold that honor, it's a beautiful gift that we hold, that I think that we as athletes and as coaches in the world of sport, we've been given something that can impact the life of someone else, just because. And there's no reason for it except just because. Just because you are the athletes of this nation, you have an opportunity to impact your country like nobody else.